Hello, this is Robert with Tax Resolution Professionals, one of the attorneys here to talk to you about being assigned a revenue officer by the IRS. Here are the top reasons for being assigned a revenue officer by the IRS. Number one, payroll tax liabilities. Number two, repeatedly not filing tax returns. Number three, IRS has tried other collection channels and that so far has failed. Now, first, let's talk a little bit about the payroll tax liabilities. One of the reasons they're assigned is to come and assign somebody personally for payroll debt. It comes as a surprise to many people, but even if it's a corporation or LLC, when there's payroll debt that's involved, it gets transferred to somebody personally. They call this the trust fund recovery penalty. So even in cases that don't have a huge balance, you'll have a revenue officer involved that will come and do what they call a trust fund interview to assign those payroll tax liabilities to individuals or an individual they deem responsible for depositing the payroll. The other reason is repeatedly not filing tax returns. This doesn't always happen, but it can. You don't file forever, and they're still getting data. Eventually, they're doing the tax returns for you. You never hear anything, and then a revenue officer will show up and, at your door, ask for some information. They'll leave their card, or they'll send you a letter. You don't get just random calls from them. Those are usually scam calls if you get people calling you out of nowhere. Then we have, the IRS has tried other collection channels that failed. So their normal collection channel is called automated collection system. This is usually smaller balance cases under $250,000. They go through and they send out these automated things. And actually, it's usually under $100,000 is the regular automated collection system. And then above 100 goes to what's called a high dollar unit. But both of these systems are using computers and things like that to look at data that's been submitted on your behalf by people that employed you before, people that sent 1099s, and they use that information to file levies, garnishments, that kind of thing. And they also usually will file a lien through their computer system as well. Now, after being assigned a revenue officer, is anything really different about the case? Well, the main difference is the collections are a little bit tougher. They're going to go through everything more finely. The collection information statement they use is called a 433A. When you're dealing with the regular collections area, it's typically going to be a 433F. The A asks for more information. However, you can still file an offer in compromise. And if you can, sometimes that's just a lot easier. If it looks like you're going to get a settlement anyway, we just tell the revenue officer, hey, can we just file an offer in compromise instead of sending you the 433A, put your case on hold? And usually they say yes, because reality is if the offer in compromise gets accepted, it's just less work for them. They don't have to do anything. Otherwise they're going to go do their own assessment, either do a payment plan or hardship or whatever it is. And then you're going to go to the next step and submit an offer in compromise. So you just kind of say, hey, let me just submit this. You submit it, or your attorney submits it, and then that's it. Most of the time, they're really just there to assign payroll debt. Not most of the time, but a lot of the time they're there. So if you see them, you don't know a lot, that's probably what it is. If you have business and you have payroll debt, they might try to meet you in person or leave their card or whatever. Almost all the time, you really don't need to meet them. You can just mail everything. We represent clients all across the country, and we don't really meet the revenue officers either. There's no need to. Everything's in mail. They can look at the data and then make a response. You really just waste time meeting them in person anyway. Almost everything for the IRS can really just be done through the mail. One thing that you might want to meet them in person for is, in-depth audits and things like that. But everything else, it's really just done through mail, phone calls, faxes, that kind of thing. So if you have any questions or you've been assigned a revenue officer, it typically is a good reason to get somebody to do your case for you. You can reach us if you want to talk to myself, one of our tax attorneys here at 888-515-4829. Again, that's 888-515-4TAX or 4829, and we'll be here to help you. You can also take a look at our website. That's trp.tax. Again, trp.tax, and you can see the tax help guide on the top for more resources on resolving tax debts. Have a good day.